afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another riveting, amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero Strike Defender of the Fatherland, off here to a 2 vs 2 on Moscow outskirts. The setting is 1944. Operation Bag Ration classes ahead. The Germans have dug into a small suburban area. I don't know how to call this other way. Fighting for the German army, we got Jove and Alastor here. That's Reich. Rolling ahead here with the 1st Panzer Division in the north, we got Rampage, aka Kimbo, and Stuve fighting for the Soviet Union, Socialism, Comrade Stalin. And the 1st Mechanized Corps, we got Combined Arms Army here. And, whoops, I've got to add some sound to this after my State of the Balance video. But Combined Arms Army here for Kimbo, with Stuve going for Armoured Assault. A mix of things with a lot of armor for one player, and the other one with the, guardsmen, artillery, and air support. And Jove here's got fortified armor, Jaeger infantry, lightning war. Me got close air support. Joint operations Jaeger armor there for Jove or Alastor. So an interesting collection, I would say. They have doctrines and some already interesting choices, at least there from Kimbo early on. Begin needs to move straight for the fuel point here. And Kimbo moving eastwards, both players by going for the special arrive command start, and penal troops. Actually, Stu is going for the sniper. Kimbo's going for the penal troops. The Germans rushing ahead with MD-42s and grenadiers on both sides. Nothing really surprising there. We can see Joe moving ahead to secure the church to make it a bit hard for the opponent to use and dig in here. And these grenadiers going to move for the fuel point in the west. Alastor slowly approaching here as also far Stu is rushed for the fuel point, but it's not really meaning to defend it. Alastor's going to push for the car point. Sniper's going to arrive here for Stuve in a few moments. Samax down there, few Samax could be, or Bartwire could be useful, then again he might just stuff in the machine gun. Strafnicki moving up there for Kimbo to attack the fascists, only to find a machine gun pointing in the general direction. And going here for the car point machine as well. Alastor and Jove leading in aggressively versus Kimbo and Stu. We'll have to see how they handle it onwards. And we got, what is this? A sniper as well here for Kimbo. Now so there's going to be some heavy sniper work there from at least the Russians, but obviously the Germans will try and counter that with snipers. So then they're just going to go for light vehicles to try and put an end to that. Pills on there for Stuve, kind of needs to be sniping before doing what he can. In the west here we got the fuel pumping seized with the Pioneer, wiring off here with some other pioneers here, trying to make it hard for the opponent to move about, securing territory. Good play there by Jove. And we got a sniper opening up the pioneers as they are busy wiring off parts of the cemetery. Of course, signaling Jove there's an enemy sniper about. As I said, this stage of course all too well. So we'll interesting to see if the Germans will respond to a sniper. And so far, I mean, looking at the manpower count, it's saying looking like they're setting up for the sniper to try and deal with this. So yeah, sniper for Alastor, Jove also for the sniper. So we're going to be getting 4 snipers on the map here within the first 4 minutes or so. Not something you see that often, but today we're going to be seeing it. And who knows what else we'll be watching here. MD-42 in a bit of trouble. This is where essentially doctrine ambush would be great for Jove. Jaeger infantry, for example, an ambush machine gun has a good chance of taking out a sniper. We sort of wait for the right timing and unleash the ambush. Fuel point there being fought over east and west. On the east, Jove seems to be winning ever so slightly here versus Kimbo. In the west, Alastor's fighting a brutal protracted engagement here over the car point for the fuel point, even as he's using the fuel point itself. Sniper out there for both players. Of course, Stu will know this and will likely tell his teammate, I imagine, if it comes down to it. More penals are there for Stuve. Kimbo with more penals as well. So far, most players actually pretty much going out for almost mirrored builds. The only difference is Stuve's got 1 more engineer and Kimbo's got 1 more penal to go out now. So otherwise, I mean, a lot of mirrored builds. And particularly for the Variant players, they are almost synchronous there. Though right now, Alastor's taking ahead here. Jove, on the other hand, will be going for something else, meaning they are somewhat diverging here in the opening moments. Though I do wonder where some of Joe's manpower went to. There we go. Take up happening for him as well. Very good. One of these reinforcing. Sniper finding out. They're both looking for the other one. Of course, Stuve knows there's a sniper bat, so he's just waiting for the enemy sniper to either get spotted or make his move. Some mind games afoot here. In the east, we got Kimbo there moving up with his own sniper. He's probably also anticipating the enemy sniper. Again, I imagine Stuve would have told him. These are mates. They're in part for the 2 vs 2 tournament. Pills moving up. We've got snipers hanging back here. Few penalties short here, but the Strafnicki machine gun moving up here. Jove's got grenadiers advancing up here as well. Take up done for Alastor. That's going to be like to make a nice company. We'll see who's going to go for the 2-2. Or he will try for the flame for a half deck. Either which can deal with the sniper, but of course they do have a bit more utility in different directions beyond that. Jove, he's holding back with the sniper as well. He's going for the ration snipers. I've really got a bit of Kimbo flanking up. He jumps, sniper, need to be careful. Again, he's waiting for it to know, but he probably doesn't know that his opponent does have radio intercept. And again, that way is prepared for the sniper. In that regard, radius intercept can give you a huge advantage in sort of, shall we say, sniper wars. Since again, while your opponent might be trying to get out there, again, you don't have to. You already got a bit of value. You got air snipers along the approach, and just. Which up there might looks like Joe's just had enough. It just goes about it in the west here. Sniper repulse, falling back here, avoiding detection so far. Pins being pushed back. Like to make a nice company sign. There we go. We got the 2-2 on the way here for Alastor up there with then vehicles or infantry, also degree vehicles. Now the Kimbo or Stuve has checked up yet. Viewpoint there being held by a sniper and some engineers. Parties need to retreat. Schnell. First guard scored out here for Kimbo, machining them and sending armor pigeon rounds. Laying down the law of the fatherland across this dirt road. Negative cover as well, but there you go. Machine gunner goes down to a sniper fire here. Can he begin firing before the sniper kills another one? And there you go, forced away. Down to half health. Gunner is moving up, getting for the distant fuel point. And there you go, half track out for Alastor. He cancelled the 2-2 for the half track. Flamethrowers obviously. And a mine went off as well. Very nasty play there. Certainly some intense fun here in the first few moments of the match. Take up there happening for Stuve. Kimbo is yet to quite go there. That'll probably happen soon. We got into tank roughs up there. Obviously, again, he knows there's a flame for a half deck coming. So again, he's just preparing. I mean, really, radio intercept is a very powerful ability if you know how to use the information you're being presented with. And of course, it also tells you about mines. So you should be aware again that Alastor's been laying down mines. Nasty work. But there you go, fumes there being burned up. Not the soundest counter there, particularly they called out in the open with it supporting infantry for the flame for half tech, forcing away all of those chaps. Nice work there for Alastor in the east. Jove is struggling here against Kimbo, who's certainly dug in. We got the sniper there moving about. 7 kills, Pioneer's moving ahead. Jump sniper hanging back, staying out in the open. Actually pretty risky there for Jove. And again, he's not expecting, of course, the Serb sniper to easily get close to the German one. Bit of standoff. We got Garsman backing up. Then no DP light machines up there for Kimbo. And the first mechanized squad. There's the German first Panzer Division. There you go. House shattered. Pioneers moving up. And there you go. Sniper could get spotted here. And the go forced away should also tell Joe that he's just hunting about with them. There we go. Engineers push back on the flame for half tech. 3 kills. But in need of some serious repairs. Engineers defending the cut off fuel point. There we go. Sniper opening up for Stuve. Knowing, figuring the German sniper's far away. Lots of mind games here. We got Stuve sending people of support here. Kimbo in the east as Jove strikes forwards. Jove has yet to build the light to make a nice good. In fact, he's going to go straight ahead to the next tier, relying on Alastor that provides support in between. Interesting move there. Noting that neither German players yet to go for Doctrine. Also, in this case, he just will do, but he technically needs to wire off all of this, I think. And there you go. Machine with the Garsman here pushing the back. Sniper moving up. In the east, fuel pump being reclaimed once more for the German army. Deutschland. And Pino was sneaking about here. Alright, Petro, careful, there might be a sniper around here. Though he's obviously not going to shoot us first. If the sniper dies too, we're screwed. Pino's being pushed back here. They're going to do some upgrades yet here for either German side's infantry. Fight for the fuel point here. Flame for after the moving back for Alastor once more. Fuel point then secured. Tiller mines up here. Certainly very concerned about enemy light vehicle movements. Certainly very sensible response here. Oh! Dear, looks like Stuve there made a mistake and Alastor got the kill. Bit unfortunate, great though for Alastor. Great for Alastor. Leaves only 1 Soviet sniper now versus 2 German snipers. Certainly gives the Germans a bit of an edge. There goes the MU4 drop close here. Can they suppress before the set charge goes off? No, they can't. Need to retreat here. Ooh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Oh, shite. So there we go. Bunker up, no support report yet. They doesn't have the fuel for it. They obviously have been harassed there somewhat aggressively. Fuel cache could be helpful there for Jove in the meanwhile. In theory, Alastor here could go for close air support and drop in the fuel to support Jove with it. Well, that would be less than super likely, but it could happen. Grenadiers on the way there, Alastor having suffered loss there. Jove with 3 Grenadiers, 1 squad up there with lap machines. There you go, Telman goes off, destroying Stuve's T-7. It's not only lost his sniper, he's lost his T-7 light tank. That is definitely great there for Alastor. Can launch to support Jove better. He just push Stuve really far back, but it's just going to focus on the field point in the east and possibly try to advance the frontage here as well a bit. T-70 away there for Kimbo. Stuve they're going for engineers. I imagine they're going to be minesweepers because he does not want to lose more vehicles to telemines. Jove still to build up. And there goes Salty, forwarded by heavy machine gun fire there from Jove's Canadians and MD-42 crew. Pack forward advancing, flam pans back moving forwards. And we go grenade off on the Grenadiers, almost taking out the entire unit. Could attack grounded just to deal with him, since the flamethrower tech can do that, but looks like he decides not to. Pants up the cannon out fellas. Looks like he's going to try and back up Jove a bit more here in the east. Still nothing up with the support core, and there we go. So does go for close air support, and he does drop in the fuel. My god, not something you see very often, but it's pretty neat when it does happen. So there we go. Luftwaffe providing support here for the first Panzer Division, clearly beleaguered and in need of it. Priority support is sent in. Certainly something the Luftwaffe did a lot throughout the war. Other support Panzer Divisions who couldn't have the logistical tail keep up with them, just units that was around it. It's a little fun fact there. Gonna lose plenty in trouble though. We got a large counter push here from Stuve to try and regain the calf point. In the east, he's moving up here. Pan having dodged Jove's telemines there. He's in the arm picking on off here. Fuel wise though, Jove can begin building the spawner core and can actually then begin pushing out tanks pretty soon. Teasing them down to half over from the incendiary armor piercing rounds. Got the pack 4 moving up to help deal with it. Pretty close stuff here. Support core should probably be happening soon. Air support out here for Kimbo, in this case air reconnaissance. T-70 dives away. In the west here, sniper opening up here from Alastor, just plucking out those rations. See, I told you, once our sniper dies, we become the target. Flamethrower opening up to back up here. Pretty close stuff. We got big pinch push here for Kimbo to support here. Pack 40 can't quite hit the T-70 at all, and machine gun there's about to get wiped out for Jove, which would be rather unpleasant. Apparently it's because he's attacking around, hoping to shoot fast here maybe, either way. Gonna be swinging up, pinching about there. Pack 40 needs to stop. Ooh, we got a strafing run here to help deal with the penal troopers. Nice. Oh. There we go, halting the troops out in cover. Negative cover, very good, but the Pack 40's in trouble, the flamethrower takes in trouble. So while Alastor was able to dispatch the infantry, they got into some other stickier spots. And there we go, coaching the sniper going down here by the outhouse. A rather crappy way to go. But Jove's got the spawner cop. He is pushing for the Panther 4. I mean, he's going to be one with the first medium armor out here on the field. Meanwhile, though, they're a bit on the defensive here as Alastor has pulled back to support Jove more, which certainly was very necessary because of this T-70, which the telemines were not able to catch. But looks like, despite everything, Kimbo's T-70 is able to escape this. Gets away with causing quite a bit of grief here to Jove and Alastor and survives to tell the tale. For now. Nice work there by Kimbo calling in more guards. We've got triple penal troopers and double guardsmen. Stuve with just triple penal troopers, and there you go, flamethrower. He's actually called in another sniper. And looks like he got Alastor sniper. The process is actually going for another sniper. So many snipers overall. Unit's about to get murdered out. T-70 is down towards the enemy base and is now moving back again. We get another T-70 out here with Stuve. So many T-70s, so many snipers, so much just anti-infantry efforts here from Rush. Oh no, no! Oh god, the sniper almost got wiped right as he had stepped out forwards by the T-70. Pack 40 there gets the other T-70. Oh goodness. That was absolutely insane. There you go. T-70 number 2 for Stuve down. T-70's exploding all over the place. Guards are being scorched horribly. Need to fall back with that flame for a half track, I think. Guards not being murdered, but the flame for is not looking too great either. Panther 1's got the support. But that's basically with more guardsmen. Absolutely crazy stuff. The Alastor should be taking up soon as well, if he hasn't already, and begin pushing for armor himself. And there you go, people are going for the Panther 4. Going to pop off an anti-tank satchel. Oh my god. If he doesn't get destroyed, it's going to be out of the fight for some time to get repairs. Meanwhile, Jove is just advancing the front in the east, at least somewhat, which is not bad at all. West side could see some harassment there from Alastor if they sort of can realise it. That's for the Russian base. Healing reinforcements got backed up there for Stuve, the support company. We got an Osman for Jove. We got more T-70s on the way for Kimbo. There we go. Assault continuing out versus Jove's eastern positions. His Black Panther should be able to help out things, and of course the Panther 4 once that gets fixed. And Alastor needs his flamethrower attack back in action as well. Aggressive play from the ration. The Germans are also trying to push back, but they're not quite succeeding. We got a quick recon pass here from Alastor, and we got more Grenadiers from him as well. No Panther Grenadiers, which I think would actually be a pretty good choice here. Panzer Grenadiere, a gute Grenadiere. Osman there almost done for Jove, who's by now the only player without a doctrine. I would say Jaeger Infantry Lightning War would be great to upgrade the Grenadiers with G43s to help fight some more of this infantry would be great. But I think Lightning War would have some long-term implications at this stage. Tiger tanks, Stuve close air support, even relief infantry could be helpful here, though of course you could still go for Jaeger Infantry to be honest. Would also offer him some benefits. Would also offer him the anti-tank strafe, but not obviously the Tiger tank. But there you go, Flak Panzer, Flammpanzerwagen striking forwards. And then they get caught up in each other, that's a bit awkward. There you go, moving forwards, straight into a lot of anti-tank route, but then again the troops alone helps with the flame perhaps doing some heavy damage. Got the Flak Panzer moving up here, engaging the T-70 shots, either penetrating or just bouncing if they hit in the first place. Moving ahead with the Osprey, aggressively not worried about mines being laid down in this area so far. You could theoretically try and raid the base, but that would be pretty ambitious. In the west, we got the Panther moving up for Joe to back up Alastor's push here. Going to move for the cuff point. I imagine, though, that is still going to be a bit discarded. In these, we got the T-70 versus infantry. Panther fast off. If you can flank with the Osprey, it could take it out here. Let's take out another T-70. There you go. At least some mines are being swept here. Stuve there with his... Oh, actually, no mine sweep because... Got Kimbo went for the mine sweep. Was apparently realizing he might actually need them. But there you go. T-70 went down. That's another T-70 down. I think that's 3 or 4 T-70s then. Down, H-16 for Stuve. It's not a Kimbo, I mean, not something you see a lot, but the H-16 can still be quite effective in the hands of a good player. Engineers advancing here, going for the fuel point there. The Germans are on full offensive now. They're backed up by medium armor. It's going to be down to the Germans in the rations to install this. Back here, aircraft crashes down. You got take up there for Alastor. It's going to move straight ahead for tier 4. Panther 4 falling back in the face of heavy anti-tank fire there from Stuve's men. The Panther 4 lands a few hits there, obliterating Boris and Ivan. Black Panther covering up the eastern road and the approach to the fuel point. Grenadiers versus penal troopers there. Then you got more troops sneaking about here. You got mines have been laid down. Lots of action, lots of tension. Panther 4 now moving up once the fuel being pushed back. Ooh, missed there. Almost got the fuel point on the west though. That's only going to help out the Germans a bunch again. The more fuel, of course, they can get, the better. Alastor man's going to go for the heavy Panzer Corps. The question, of course, is going to go for the Sturmpanzer. Is going to go for the Panther. There's certainly an argument to be had for both, for either of them. Obviously, down the road, having both would be great. Back here, healing enforcement for Alastor and Jove, mostly Jove. Pioneers on the way there for Alastor. Victory points wise, Russians have the lead here with the Germans. 488 versus 209. So some of the Germans are going to have to focus on soon enough, whether they want to or not. Send the arms versus David 6, taking it down to almost half health. Might like to be able to take it out here. Kimbo, I think, getting a bit lucky here. Against the Pack 4 it is. And there goes from 6 down. Pack shot there, went through igniting the munitions and cooking off the entire thing. And there we go. Kimbo could be wiped here for Kimbo, causing a bit of a grievous loss. The Germans are starting to look rather potent here and control the most of the map, and with the larger force than both allied players. So that's very good. Heavy Panther co-op here, and he can actually go for the Panther sooner. He could just go for the Sturmpanzer Fear right away. Again, there's an argument for both. There is an argument for both. Panther would of course be much better versus long-term armor. Of course, the Sturmpanzer better. Now just pressure infantry. But there you go, guards moving ahead in large numbers, mines spotted, flamethrower after they've been quickly repulsed, and Lee guards strafing on in from Alastor. The Luftwaffe once more moves in, and there you go, it's going to help break up this assault from Kimbo. Nice work here by Alastor. Nice use of the ability. Ability really genuinely do not use a lot of doctrine in general, so it's nice to see someone actually put in the damn effort. There you go, striking into west. The Stuve makes the good push there. It's going to quickly clean up that part. That's very good. Denying the Germans fueling unless they're pushing up here. No, they're now sort of trying to get just stuck down in one point. They're sort of moving about, harassing and, trying to gain an edge that way. Black Panzer landing in some good hits. Jove has gone for Fortified armour. Wow, Fortified armour and close air support. That's not a combo you see every day in 2 versus 2. Now, these are just doctrine you generally don't see very much in 2 versus 2s and 1 versus 1. All the way here we are. A command tank right now could be helpful as the infantry, obviously. I don't think stalling for the elephant tanks right now would be the best move. I mean, certainly there's not a lot here to be useful for us against like the IS-2, sure, and that's it. So I think another option would be better just aim for like Sturmgeschütz or the command tank, maybe backed up by Sturmgeschütz. Holding down, yeah, I think you should try to hold down maybe around here, so it's a bit closer, but oh well. And we got the Panzer IV hold down around the center. Wow, Jove is suddenly switching to a more defensive mindset. And we got the Panther on the way, the Alastor on the first Panzer. Sure, medic bunker up for Alastor as well. Not going to use his teammates any longer. I mean, you can get away with it to an extent, but at some point you generally benefit anyways from just having a medic bunker up. You have to have less to manage. But there you go, Panther right about done. Engineer straight into the hull down flak Panzer. And the West gun is being halted as they advance straight into Stuve's machine gun. We got air recons out here for Kimbo, who's been good use of their ability bar. I mean, in that regard, the Russians are certainly keen on intelligence, radio intercept, and recon air flight. So that's actually some very nice play to see there from the Russians, and certainly some solid play. Hull down flak Panzer, they're acting as an anti-aircraft gun, and there goes, shoots it down, which once more crashes down into the German base. And I think it actually almost killed every medic. It doesn't look like it anyways. T-7 moving up, he's straight to the hull down flak Panzer. Troops advancing there, flamethrower being pushed back. Could do with some armoured support. We got the Panther moving in there from Alastor. Panzer IV guarding the centre west point there, could possibly snug up there. Some Panzers that could be helpful in that regard for Alastor. Jove, it seems like he's now stalling for the elephant tank destroyer. I definitely feel like if he's doing that, that's a major mistake. I mean, they'd be better off just pressing the Russians now while they actually hold the advantage. If he stalls for the elephant tank destroyer, which again is not going to be effective as there's a lot of things in the Russian arsenal, I mean, they're just going to allow them to get back. So, I mean, he'd be better off just focusing on Stugs or Panzer IVs, or even a command tank. I mean, more Austrians could work out here, as long as they just pressure more aggressive. But it seems like Jove has decided just to dig in and stall for the elephant. Definitely, I would say, dangerous play, but, if someone can pull it off, it might just be Jove. But as a rule of thumb, if you were to ask me if this is advisable, I'd very much have to very emphatically answer no. And it does have some cool hull down flak Panzer play. I mean, it's cool. Got them engaging, but of course they're struggling a bit here with the hull down element here. Murdering the Guardsman ever so slowly. But it's taking heavy damage here in the end. And yeah, Joe's going to go for the elephant tank so soon. He's got the manpower more or less. He's got the fuel almost as well. But the question is again, is it really strictly useful? I mean, so far the Russians are mostly dealing in light vehicles, which is not really good for the elephant. It's kind of too slow. And there's the IS-2 obviously, but there's other things to deal with the elephant or the IS-2 much more cost efficiently. But also being able to deal with other things. And there you go, flak hunter with the double assault guns, or one assault gun, choosing that off Kimbo. Joe super close to the elephant tank destroyer. Victory points wise. The Germans are starting to bleed out the Russians ever so slowly, but it is very much a slow process. A very slow process. IS-2 there so far with 0 kills. Points being secured, T-7 moving ahead. I mean, this is where I think Jove just benefit from like more armour out, like a pair of Stuves could really just help out as the assault guns and the T-70s, and would also be cheaper than the elephant by far. In fact, you'd almost get 3 Stuves for the price. In fact, you probably could if you convert some of the manpower into fuel in theory, or fuel into manpower. Out of the way. Super close to the elephant tank destroyer. Panther moving up, Panther IV hanging back. I also think like the Panzer would be better off supporting in the east run, just being held down in the centre. On this regard, I'd say the few points and make 2 points on the sides are more important than the one in the centre to a degree. Gundy is holding up P. IS-2 repulsing the Pioneers with ease, and there you go. Kimbo just very slowly advancing. Could be laying. Oh, there we go. He's laying down mines. Very good. Making it harder for the Germans to counter-attack. Excellent play there. Flampad going ahead. 40 backing up. We've got Dundee's moving up there for Jove. He's definitely got the manpower. He's so close to the fuel as well. We got air recons up for Joe as well. I mean, both sides are using air recons a lot. The only one he isn't is Stuve because he doesn't have it. But I'm sure at this stage, again at the skill level, if he had it, he would use it. At least he's using radio interception. In that regard, in some ways, he do have a more complete pack and idea of things than Joe and Alastor can just, do it from the skies. Oh, well, nice to see all players are using these abilities. Actually, didn't use recons so fast, so I might be making things up. Anyways, Panther can pull back in with Guardsmen and Penal Troopers. Sound charge off the oh, get away from the Panther! Oh my god, Otter was too slow. Sniper there with 15. Oh, not 15, that's Grenadiers. 9 kills. Guardsmen popping up a grenade and. Oh, Alastor didn't pay attention. He got a wipe on a sniper with a grenade. Sheer balls there on Kimbo, and it worked off. 2. Skirmishing in the west, we got Stuve moving about here as well. Flak Panzer slowly advancing, very close to 22. We got the elephant out here for Joe. Schwerer Panzerjäger. Will it be enough to secure the fight here for the German army? MD42 is going to have to retreat from him, and the IS-2 is just going to roll over. We got a Panzerwerfer out here for Alastor. I'm not entirely really going for a Panzerwerfer here. I think a Sturmpanzer or another Panther would have been much stronger choices. Well, that's just me. Dundee is wiped out by the IS-2, even dropping a light machine gun. Bad news there for Alastor and the 1st Panzer Division. Elephant sending out, Panther being fixed up here as well. S-Mines up at the eastern fuel point, good work there by Joe. There we go, now retreats the MU-42 once the IS-2 comes a-knocking. Sniper on the way for Jove. This fight has seen a lot of snipers. Got the elephant now for Flak Panzer up here further again, though hull down once more. Very close to Retinue 2. Kimbo's yet to take up, and neither has Stuve. They're actually just largely sticking to light vehicles. In the case of Stuve and IS-2 is called in, but none of them in tech to medium armor as of yet. And they're still doing reasonably good versus the Germans. But admittedly, I do feel like part of this just Jove is playing his armor incredibly statically. I mean, I do feel like this is a bit too much. In particular, I feel like at times they had the advantage, just failed to utilize it. Panzer IV does the IS-2, need to get the elephant over there, but it's far down here, wasn't anticipating this. We got air support called in here by Stuve to mess up infantry support for the tanks, very good. 3 guns moving up, and of course with the air support moving about, this can be hard to get support that way. Unit wiped out. HU-6 flanking up, very good play there. Panzerwerfer is nearby, and then he's careful to get exposed and shot to bits. Panther's going to get hit with an anti-tank hatch. We've got the elephant moving up. Ah, Scheiße. Veteran 2 on the Panther 4. Pioneers too close to the... Oh, didn't get murdered by the salvage charge. Panzerwerfer off there, and we got S drops in here on the field gun, destroying the crew. IS-2 almost down. My god, the action here is absolutely intense. Panzer 4 and Panzer 5 is going to need repairs. Elephant needs to pressure a bit harder in the east. Kimbo's just rolling over Jove's eastern lines. He is struggling. His flak panzer is not going to be enough to stop all of that, though apparently it ends up being because Kimbo just decides to pack it up and retreat. Gundis is standing about. Panther machine repairs as a priority. Very good. More machine guns on the way there, and Gundis Valis. Joe's putting a lot of resources, more support weapons, but also caches could be an excellent choice, and I don't know, maybe a bunker or 2. Flak panzer hard at work, they'll need to be careful. There we go. Elephant Pack 40 combo takes out one of Kimbo's HU-6 assault guns. Flak Panzer there rolling ahead. Halfway to veterans. 3 not very often you get to see an ace Flak Panzer, but with Jove you might just get there. Air recons out again from Jove. Also, of course, spot targets for his elephant as any. Panther almost fixed up here. We got Joe backing up to repair the Panther. Very good, very good. Sehr gut. Victory points wise, the Russians still need 372 as the Germans on an 85. And we got Kimbo going for air recon. Like, both sides are very serious about air reconnaissance. At this stage, I think Alastor has almost used every ability here available to the Doctor, and I think the only thing he has to do is anti-tank safety again. I think he might have made a recon in the past, though. Honestly, my mind is feeling I'm deceiving myself. Anyways, aircraft crashed down there. Triple field guns by way for Stuve to back up his armour, and that, of course, is going to make things trigger there for the Germans from about with. Of course, where the Panzer is going to be useful. But it's also where Panzer are going to just be useless, and they can't theoretically clear them out a bit easily. It's also something that just makes the Elephant even less good, since the field guns can just completely destroy it. It's, in that sense, a bit limited. Obviously, Stuves would also struggle with it, but they wouldn't be as expensive. Panzer over fire here, probably hope to look to catch those field guns. Now we go almost wipe them, but not quite there, and so I think can't quite catch up to finish them off. Another breakthrough attempt here by Kimbo in the east against Jove's ever-faltering lines. He's got 1,000 manpower though. Guessing Jove is trying to figure out what to do with some of all these resources, but I definitely feel like he should be spending them on something. Command tank could be an idea that just helps with absorb some damage. That's an idea, but always bunkers, caches would be extremely good, I think, decision there for Jove. Panzer 4 though is on the way for Jove, not the command version, just the regular version. Panzer push here from Alastor and Jove, and these two go wiping out one of Kimbo's infantry units, leaving with just one penalty per squad and mostly guardsmen now. Panzer 4, halfway done. Alastor could theoretically try and go for another Panther run. I mean, he's got the fuel, he's almost got the manpower. Could also just go for, a strong Panzer few or Panzer efforts. Panther pursuing the assault, and certainly take that, that'd be helpful there. And we got first Soviet takeover for medium armor, that's Kimbo with the mechanized armor Kampanaya. There. Got the Armoured against the Grenadiers, and you fall back here quickly. Panzer 4 take right here from the H-26, halfway to ace level on that one as well. Elephant hanging about, certainly feels like it's just a large paperweight here for Jove. It's got one H-6, I think, and that was it. Otherwise, it's just really not achieved a lot for Jove. And there we go, air support called in, Panther being pushed back, Pioneers being obliterated. Grenadiers also like to get wiped out, not good over on the eastern side. Panther 4 them might be able to sort of slow down the advance, but there's a massive push here for both Kimbo and Stuve. Field guns, armor, infantry, air support. They are just striking hard. And the Germans were not prepared. We've got a Grenadier squad, they're being wiped out. Heavy losses there. Jove still filling a ton of manpower. Elephant, by the way, is not reacting to this at all. Definitely feels like the Elephant was a bit of a mistake there by Jove. I mean, he might have thought the idea was cool, but so far it does not seem to be working out as well as he liked. Elephant still, by the way, not reacting to all that's happening there. Also, the Russians are coming to attack. They're coming to stack. My God, I don't get it why they put a man hard of hearing in command of a tank destroyer. Machine gun bunker up there. That's a nice move by Jove. Just wish there'd been a bit more here and there. Only just one. Caches will still also be a great investment there. Flanpan running up westwards here, routing the rations, but the east has been claimed by the Red Army, at least for now. And there you go, Alastor's going to go for the second Panther. So, 2 Panthers, 1 Elephant, loads of Panther Force, flak Panthers, and other things. Certainly not your average fight for sure. Fetching 2 Panther up there for Alastor, that's really good for him. Bang's about to get flanked, less scram there for Jove. Kimbo's first choice from mechanized armor combination H5 tank, so to help deal with all the fascist armor. Good choice there, I think. Good choice. We'll also back up the F6, which is certainly getting very close to the ace level. Of course, is been doing some good damage to otherwise. Panther versus the Eyes 2. Elephant slightly more active now, though obviously we can still achieve anything here for Jove and Deutschland. More than this there for Jove as well. Still floating a lot of manpower. Still a bit concerned about that. And there you go. Panther lands a nice hit on the Eyes 2's flank. But that one is close to Veteran 2 as well. Can these Panthers moving ahead here? Panthers will fire off on the Guardsmen. Forcing a massive rout there in the west. We've got a bit of skirmishing on here. Flak Panthers holding up. They're dug in. Close to the ace level here. While hold down. Satchel charge off. Penals are being wiped out in the process. And there you go. Ace level Flak Panther. Hold down. Is everyone alright? Yeah. But I think Helmut went deaf from that satchel charge. Ach, nein. Double T's in there for Stuve, just to focus on infantry, basically relying on the field guns for anti-armor, and then just the T's to murder infantry shots for weapons. And Narcissus trying there, Flak Panzer is great. Looks like, oh, Jove's not paying attention. He's going to lose the ace Flak Panzer. Nine. What a waste by Jove. He's already floating so much manpower. Panther being flanked here by the issue 5 here from Kimbo. Big 2 points, wise with 350 versus 139. Very good from that. So there you go, another aircraft shot down. We got another Panther 4 hold down here for Joe. I do feel like at times he's, missing out some twos because again he's just splitting up his tanks and just pulling them down. I mean, great to the defense, but it's a temporary measure. It's not something you'll be relying on as your primary strategy. I feel like you're just giving the opponent too much time to just assemble his force and then attack one isolated tank, like it happened here. So it should more like, okay, you've got an idea they're going to attack here. We dig in with the tanks, absorb it, then go on the offensive. But rather Joe really seems reluctant to go on the offensive, and that I think is slightly hampering the German efforts, but it's making it much easier for the Russians to do what they want because again they're not under threat. There's no risk of suddenly getting hit by a lot of tanks from say Jove out of nowhere because Jove's tanks are split up and dug in all over the damn place. T7 is going to lose out to the Panther 4 most likely, but it's actually driving a bit faster here than the turret rotation of it. Theoretically the T70 could maybe take it out, that's going to take forever. Elephant, just thinking about that. And then you got the IS-2 up field guns as well here. Got the T7 now blocked the retreat path there. Smoke out from Joe's Panzerkampf flank. You got the Panther moving in. He needs to be careful of the support and the likes. Field guns moving about, and there you go. Flamethrower moving in. Panther there getting some hits, but also getting them out. Double Panther in game. The T7's going to like to take it out here. Bombing strike here called in by Kimbo. Going for the elephant. Doesn't get it, gets almost an entire pioneer squad instead. Panther's being flanked here by the IS-2. Needs to get the Panther to back up there, the elephant that is. Panther needs to blitz. He's going to rapidly lose it at this stage. Target recon from the elephant. Panther though down, the veteran Panther as well in particular. It's a big loss there for Alastor. Bombing strike off here, seemingly not hit anything. The Russians just on the offensive. It's a big push here. Elephant down, Pack 4 being taken overwhelmed here. Flamethrower take down. Panther needs to move in. Heavy casualties here for the Germans. T70 survives the hit. They might be taken down by another hit from the Pack 4. No critical wounds about. Penalty was Garch doing with the Panther 4. They're hammering away close to the Ace level. Another hit here on the Panther. Ace Panther 4 there, hold down. More Panther 4s on the way for Joe. Pack 4 to get here in the IS-2. Or the IS-6, not the IS-2. Stuve is not far from that. Going to go for another IS-2 though. Elephant still hasn't done any more killing. He's done some more damage, but he's just not really doing a lot. I mean, for the most part, it's just a massive paperweight for Jove. It's just a waste of resources because the Russian strategy is not very compatible with it. That tends to be, shall we say, the weakness of it. Well, one of the major weaknesses. It's just a very niche weapon. Like, it requires your opponent to have a very specific force composition, and it's one by the way the Russians are not very often likely to have. Like, they need big, slow targets which the other can just punch through. And there's like an IS-2 and that's it, but they are always relying on lighter, faster vehicles a lot. Never mind that Jove is also just playing very defensive and the Russians are just not attacking where the elephant is because it's a wide map, so they don't have to. So in this regard, the elephant in many ways just is not a very good choice, which of course is unfortunate, but it's the unfortunate truth. The one Al Gore does not want you to hear about. Yeah. Panther firing about here. Doing some damage, but not enough. Panther trying to take out that Ace T70 here. Getting 2 assault gun tanks now for Kimbo with the Ace assault gun as well. Certainly proving that one again can be pretty solid when how to use them. Kimbo clearly knows his assault gun stuff, at least for the third ones. Panther all being fixed up. Elephant's going to repairs. Panther as well. But the Germans are starting to fall into a much more defensive pace, and part of me again might just be Joe in the way he's been playing, but it certainly seems like Alastor's just falling into his pace. Now he's hunting down the elephant into like a very incredibly narrow arc, but so far, by the way, I would note the Russians have not been known to attack from their armor from this particular angle a lot. Just honestly feeling pretty dangerous. And there he goes, force already cancelled before it's finished. It's gone in flank with the assault gun. Jove finally also going for a panzer gun abuse. Finally, we just done with that soon. It's in the Alastor. I think it could have been much more aggressive and also done more damage to the Russians here, but we'll see. 109 versus 317. I mean, they still got a reasonable sized force. In some ways, they're actually bigger than the Russians, but the way it's composed, it's a lot harder for them to take a lot with it, which of course is the advantage of the Russians. Also, Joe still splits up his tanks pretty aggressively. There you go. Looks like he finally might be coordinating some armor for once. He needs to be careful about rolling his panzer force too far ahead here. There we go. Double pan's going to do that here for Jove. Falling back with the ace. Panther then need repairs. Elephant of course still close to victory too though. Total of 4 pioneers for both German players. Alastor could go for another Panther, could go for a Panzerwerfer. Both a Sturm Panzer, not a Panther. He doesn't need a Panzerwerfer now. He needs something with a really big gun. MG42 is the Guardsman. T-70 double tank destroyers here at work. Unless we got the RC for Stuve falling back, we got the machine gun sitting up here as well. Looks like virtually 3 maximum. Gonna sneak about here instead. But you're gonna just sign their own death sentence with that move. And hit with the elephant. Straight toward the tank destroyers, shoots back. Decent hit, but it's gonna take 2 more there, and the Russians gonna get off a lot more hits. They're trying to repair while under fire. We got air recons in here from us, so the recons passing. Yeah, yes, more or less use the entire doctrine except the anti-tank strafe, I think. I might even be wrong there. T-7 at least here, ace level, 21 kills. So this we got the elephant runs another issue, which again is not very good against large numbers, which again, to a large degree, is what the Russians are about. So I mean, really, in many ways, the elephant just ends up not being a very solid choice here for Jove, I'm afraid. It's just, I mean, they kind of over-nerfed, but even then, it just kind of lacked a purpose. It's always just been one of those Wunderwaffe weapons, which I never feel like they should have been in the game. I really would have preferred they'd gone for the Nassau, and that would have been much easier to balance, you know. Not heavily armored, but still got the big gun, and, you know, could then be maybe also more affordably priced. Instead, we got this one, which is just not even very good versus armor, to be honest. And it's just really costly. Got the Ace Assault gun opening up in the Panzer IV. So again, it's exacerbated due to the sheer size of the map, which is really bad for the elephant. Like, if you could, there's maybe a smaller, more choke pointy map, you know, like one of those bad 2 vs 2 maps. Elephant could work. But this isn't, you know, Simorsky or the road to Kharkov for 2 vs 2. This is Moscow outskirts. That is not a map we can just lock down with a single elephant. Gunner's moving ahead here. We got some weapons stock. We got air support in here from Stuve to break up the things here. And there you go. T-7 rolling and going straight for the Pack 40 elephant. Can't support. Again, it's locked down. So you can't even turn just deal with the T-70s. Oh, there you go. Get it. Got one T-70. So it's finally got a 3rd kill there for this elephant tank destroyer. The Germans are just stuck in a small part of the map. You might notice they're just not getting anywhere. Might be able to get the IS-2 here. Might. If they can hit. There you go. Almost got it, but looks like the IS-2 is going to escape. We got heavy fire in there. 99 points left for the German army. Overall, not the best position to fight in, by the way, since they're rather fighting in a bulge, which means they're not holding a lot of territory, but they expose themselves to as many possible angles to be attacked from, which is usually why bulges would usually look to be either reduced one way or the other by the ones holding them. Elephant there, got another kill, finally, but again, it's almost close to being destroyed as well. Panthers out here for Alastor. They get air support. We got anti-tank stripes as well, but they missed. So yeah, now Alastor has got full doctrinal bingo, but at this stage, I don't think it's gonna matter a lot. Burning it with the Panther. Gets a nice hit on the assault gun. Another Panther being forced. There's too many troops on the flank then with anti-tank rifles threatening it. Joe's Panther going to be on the move. Looks like actually some of them haven't been doing anything at all. He's just, I think, going for too much. In fact, right now Joe's had the largest force, but again, part of it's just tied up in the elephant, and the elephant's just not achieving much for him. Also, Joe is playing too defensively to really a team match. There you go. 8 Panther moving in, But Light's going to get destroyed here by all of the tank destroyers and assault guns. Yup. A rather big waste of a good panzer crew. Decent on lone health. Field guns and tank guns, they just blasting away. Again, they're focusing on the central victory point. They're very much defensive in mindset, and it's just resulted in not really getting anywhere. More packs out for the Germans. Stuve's on the way for Jove. They've only gone for this soon instead of the elephant. But who knows, maybe the Stuves can turn the tide where the elephant has clearly failed to make much of a major impression. He's just gotten 5 kills, but as you might notice, he's not really making that due to an impact against two of the main infantry. There you go, Panther down. And with that, I think Alastor's armour pool is more or less depleted. He's just down to the Panzerwerfer, and there you go, Jove and Alastor surrenders. A loss for the German army. The 1st Panzer Division was driven out by the assault of the 1st Mechanized Corps here. In the end, I feel part of it while the Germans did a good early mid-game as the game headed to the late-game stage. The Germans, in particular Jove, got too defensive. And again, the elephant is just not really a good choice. Like, it's just not cost efficient in part overall, but also just it has such a narrow band of effectiveness in just terms of all other factors. It's just not a good choice. I mean, had they gone for like Doctrine with the Tigers, they probably better. It also maybe not cost them to like hold down tanks all across there, because again, hold down can be a powerful ability, but if it just costs you to split up your tanks and do nothing with them, it's kind of wasteful. Again, the Germans have to be aggressive at all times. The defensive needs to be seen as a temporary measure. They cannot afford to just concede initiative at any time. And that's kind of the problem here. They repeatedly conceded the initiative to the Russians, so at times where they actually had a huge advantage, they allowed Kimbo and Stuve to get back because they didn't push his force as fast as possible. They didn't again as hard as possible. They sort of hit their main limit. Instead, they just sort of went for a much more conservative positioning, and that kind of just allowed Kimbo and Stuve to get back to the fight and just crush the Germans. So again, some things to be learned there, but again, good early mid-game there. I'd say also the Russians did pretty good there. Again, they were rather reliant on the Germans just playing, I think, too passively, then going for the elephant instead of just, a bunch of Stuves or Tiger Tank. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned some from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. This is Imperial Links, and cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. I hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.